this American ride. Gotta love this American ride. Mama gets her rocks off watching Desperate Housewives.
Hello America, this is Don Coleman. Welcome to the American Patriot Now program. It's been an unbelievable week this week. There's just been so much stuff that has happened. I could probably do 5 shows just on what's going on this week. For a quick recap, we had the oil spill that's been a disaster. We've had Live Oak High School with the kids wearing the American flag. We had bombing attack in New York City. We have the floods in the Midwest. It seems it's just been one thing after another. And if you haven't learned anything from this, you got to know by now the ineptness of the United States government. If you put a bunch of stooges up there, they couldn't be any worse than these guys. So let's start off with where we finished last week, and that's with the American flag flying on the post office in California. The American flag was taken down by a group of Mexican protesters, and the Mexican flag was put up on the post office as the police stood by and did nothing. And being a retired police officer, I could promise you if I would have been on duty, that would have never happened. That's a disgrace for that police department. I'm so sick and tired of this political correctness, it's just insane. Which translates right over to what happened at Live Oak High School. Now I heard a radio interview with one of the kids, and his story was the 4 kids were sitting there at lunch, at a lunch table. 2 kids were wearing bandanas with the American flag on it, and 2 kids were wearing t-shirts with an American flag on it. Now the whole t-shirt wasn't the flag. It was just a t-shirt with the American flag on it. They weren't antagonizing anybody. Nobody had complained about it. Nothing. And the vice principal comes by and tells the 2 kids with the bandanas they have to take their bandanas off because they have the American flag on it. So they do, and 5 minutes later the vice principal comes back and now tells the kids with the t-shirts on that they have to turn them inside out because they don't want to offend any of the Mexican students. Now mind you, these are Mexican-American students. These kids are American citizens. So somebody explain to me how an American can be offended by the American flag. And for you veterans out there, especially for you Mexican veterans that defend this country and put your lives on the line, are you not just a little outraged that American children in an American high school can't wear an American flag on their shirt because it's Cinco de Mayo? You mean to tell me that during the 4th of July, there's no kids in that school, which apparently is 80% Mexican, aren't wearing some kind of the Mexican flag or something on their shirt or their clothes on the 4th of July? But they don't say anything about that. That's okay. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic what those administrators did to those kids. And if you're not on the phone calling that school district and writing them, as parents, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, I guarantee you one thing, if those kids would have been sitting there with a Muslim flag on their shirt, they wouldn't have said nothing. But somehow now, the American flag is offensive. Guys, we are not losing this country. We have lost it. It is gone. Do you not understand that? It is gone. And we are in a battle for everything that we hold dear. Everything. If we don't get involved, if we're not writing our congressmen, calling our senators, if we're not giving our money, and I know money is tight, okay? But 20 bucks here, 25 bucks here, 40 bucks here, you gotta find a way to come up with the money and send it to these candidates, not the Republican Party. There's as many crooks in the Republican Party as there is the Democratic Party. Send it directly to the candidates with a proven record of voting for lower taxes, that believe in the Constitution, that believe in lower government. Like J.D. Hayworth running against John McCain in Arizona. Now all of a sudden John McCain's for closing the borders. What a hypocritical piece of trash that will sell his soul to get elected. This is what's wrong with our country. We got to throw them all out. Now, I know there are some good people in Washington, and I'd almost be willing to wager you could probably count them on one hand. But they all got to go. And we need some reforms up there where you get to run twice, and that's it. So if you're in the House of Representatives, you get 2 terms, and you can never run again for anything other than president. If you're a senator, you get 1 term, 6 years, and you're out. These guys are building up this crony capitalism and doing all these favors. And by the way, here's a little tidbit for you. This Obama administration that's so outraged about the oil spill, well, guess what? Guess who donated $3 million to the Obama campaign? BP. And that's why when they had to go put in some safety equipment and safety measures in their drilling pipeline area, and they didn't want to do it because it was going to cost so much money, they asked the Obama administration for a pass. And they got it because they bought him off. That's what we're dealing with. The whole thing is corrupt, and it's got to come down. Now the next thing is your guns. Mark my words. They're going to come after your guns. And the way they're going to do it is they're not going to let you buy ammunition. Watch the ammunition dry up. I tried to buy some rounds for my .45 the other day. Couldn't find any anywhere. So I had to buy them for my .38. So you better start stocking up on your ammunitions, because they're going to be coming for your guns. And this next Supreme Court nominee, that's the only thing they don't control right now. The Supreme Court voted 5-4 to uphold the Second Amendment of the Constitution in this case in Chicago. We barely made it. It should have been a landslide. And you lose the Supreme Court and we're out. The game is over. So, guys, get involved, please. There's a lot of good programs on YouTube. You guys have been nice enough to send me videos. I've subscribed to your things. You're subscribed to mine. Stay informed. Keep it going. We've lost the country, but we got to get it back. And support Arizona. Support them. Go out of your way to find out if you can buy wine from there, or I don't care what it is. Buy stuff in Arizona and give the finger to these guys that want to boycott Arizona. It's pathetic. All they want to do is enforce federal law, and it's not against the Constitution. That's a bold-faced lie. So next week, who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what kind of program we're going to have? But we'll see what happens. So this is Don Coleman for the American Patriot Now. God bless you.